Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I figured I'm going to swap it up a little bit again, and today I'm going to be doing a VOD review for Sentinels versus Liquid. I'm going to do the map that, the only map actually that Sentinels won. The other two maps are very close. One actually, Sentinels lost in overtime. The other one, I think they lost 13 to 10 to Liquid. And so, yeah, first, join my Discord if you haven't already. It's called Valorant Guidance. I can just help you guys here. I'm going to add some more channels. You can come to this channel and react with your role and your agent here that corresponds to your role. And here you can click a check mark for to be notified. And yeah, so basically it was map 2 that they played here, and we could basically talk about why Sentinels is so dominant on this map, at least versus Team Liquid. You can see they only won 2 rounds and they're on defense. They won 0 rounds on attack. Sentinels kind of just swept them here. They did lose the first map and they lost the third. So I figured this would be good because it's going to be a new type of video, and this is the shortest map that they played. So you can see all the agents everyone's playing. These teams are both very, very good. I actually have not watched this yet, so we can go and get into it. I'm going to have the volume a little bit low, but I'll just be pausing throughout. So this is round 1 here. You can see the agents everyone's on. You'll hear the caster just a little bit, but that's just because I want to hear the audio. I couldn't find the video without the casters talking, so hopefully it's not too distracting. See all this Viper util here, and he's playing very close up to the Astra util. I mean the Viper util. So Sentinels were aggressing up towards short there, and then they realized they probably don't want to push into the Viper utility. So the majority of teams going toward B, and they have Shazam lurking, A short, and the rest of them, 3 of them walking up here. One's holding long, so they have that presence there, so no one can push on the enemy team. Wow. So what happens here is that the KO is trying to rotate through spawn, just because I think Liquid assumed that they're going to come up short after the util was going down for Viper, and the KO wanted to cross, not expecting obviously for 3 people here to be hookah. Also, I might have to get the thing that allows me to draw on the screen. If you guys would like that, let me know. And so yeah, basically the KO crossed, slow cast, he died, and now this opens up a really nice B push for Sentinels. I see Dabber's in a really weird spot there. There you go. It's actually 3v2. Okay. From the back, but tenz snaps back at him with that ghost, and now it's just down to Navarro, 24 health to work. So there's also a very, very good game for tenz. Guessing we're gonna see some pretty good rounds from him. Tenz coming off with the spike plant can now assist. He's trying to fight. He's trying to bait a fight, fake a fight with one, get the fight with the other, but it's not happening. Okay, so it was actually looking kind of rough there for Sentinels for a second, but I think Sentinel or tenz got a couple of kills that allowed them to win the round, as well as Shazam. Answered only by, of course, tenz on the other side, getting 3 of his own. Yeah, this was a really great round there from Yampy. And that 1v1 just alone then sets up the cross. Oof, wow. That was actually kind of impressive. Able to kind of stay alive a little bit. They can kind of play that angle, and it could be a 1 round. Like, yeah, everyone's just so good in these 2 teams. I mean, probably in almost all the teams, but so again, you see a default from Sentinels. This is something that you'll see particularly on Bind, just because this is a pretty good map to do that on. There's not like, it's not like Fracture where like doing that's kind of like it puts you at a disadvantage, because here you have basically anyone that peeks you, you have a pretty free kill if you have the aim. The wall and poison orb block all vision from this A side. Zom's getting spotted at B. Little bit of info coming in for Solcus. Okay. So yeah, now they're stacking towards short after like it looks like about 20-second default. 3 of them are grouping short. They're probably not going to try to push side yet, because you can see the spike is actually down slightly outside of market. Yeah, there's like the caster says feeling out the map, trying to figure out where they want to go. And so Now they have the Sova. You can probably assume here, as you can see on the map, they're almost all 5 of them are grouping here. So you can probably assume that they're going to be pushing short and trying to take A site. As we can see though, looks like Liquid's pretty aware of where they're trying to push, and almost four of them are about to be here as well. But this is an eco round, so Sentinel's probably going to have this pretty easily. Wow, that was actually a crazy flick from Sentinel or from tenz. 181 taps him there. Okay. 3v3. Looks like they did give one of them. No, they didn't. Okay. They have a sheriff though. They're all stacked here. This is still looking pretty good for Sentinels. The gun advantage. So one thing to note here is that Liquid doesn't actually know that all 3 of them are stacked from the viewer's perspective. It seems kind of obvious, but actually, this is actually like if assume you're a Link here, you'd probably expect at least one person to be short, right? You probably wouldn't expect all 3 people on Sentinels to be here. So this is one of the advantageous parts of this. Unless they do just know, I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's one thing to consider.
So much damage. So much damage coming in from Team Liquid on that eco round right there.
Okay, we take a look at the agents real quick. So, must picks, not necessarily must picks, but agents you see that are basically probably top tier be Sova and Astra on both teams. You also see Viper and Jett on both teams. The only thing that's different is Sky and KO. So these 2 are definitely not horrible agents. They're definitely good. But it's no surprise that Viper and Jett are also picked, just given how good they are at defending and opening up areas to push. But particularly Sova and Astra are top tier. I'll see on pretty much every team on most maps, not every map, but. So here you see a little bit of a slightly different approach. You can see Sentinels playing toward B at the start of the round rather than defaulting, which is perfectly fine. B long, yeah, no one's playing toward A really at all this round. So here he knifes Shazam. So he knows that there's at least one here, so they might assume more are here. You see on the minimap, actually Jett's rotating through spawn here, which is interesting. You can see how slow these rounds occur. Unlike ranked where you might just push a site at the very beginning of a round, these people are much more concerned with just kind of feeling out where they want to go. What a tap. Another thing that's interesting here is that Dapper actually isn't pushing here, because I don't know if it's because they know he's in here, or he just assumes one in here, but this could actually be bad for people out here. Just because, like he can often get killed from inside of hookah, but it looks like they're just aware. I'm not sure. You see now, now Link's actually there with a Spectre. Oh, okay. It's actually 3v2. Okay, there's gonna be Zoms left. Okay, this is one of the, what was it, 3 rounds that they won? 2 or 3 rounds that they won. Looks like tenz got spammed through the wall, which is unfortunate, and then they did get the spike down, so we'll likely see a little bit more passive approach this round, since that's what worked for them, Sentinels. We might see something a little different.
Or any other gun than a judge, he's going to be visible to those players in the site. But he has a judge and he tucks himself in the perfect little hidey hole there in hookah.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate. It literally just taps him.
That really screwed up Sentinels' flow
So
through the map.
now
You see tenz
we
and
can actually see them playing toward B again. So they're not gonna default. At least that's what I'm assuming. They're gonna play toward B. This time they're gonna looks like play toward hookah rather than long, because they want to kill this judge player.
Talk more about that B weakness in a moment as we get tenz getting sucked in, and there is a judge right around the corner.
Oh, that's a really good play by him. Wow, but he dies. Wow, that's actually a really good play from Link, but he's unable to land the shots, unfortunately. So I know that KO plays here. Tenz is aware of that. Also playing the judge. Wow. If I tried that, I would not land a single shot, I swear. Tries to swivel, but he doesn't really hit anyone at all. And this, keep in mind, this is a full eco from Sentinels. They literally don't have anything except for some. Tenz has full armor. They have like a frenzy, maybe a couple pistols, and then a sheriff. And now they both have judges because they killed 2 of them on B. And now this is pretty much a free round for them. And you see how 2 of them are stacked there, holding elbow, because they know there's a good chance one of them's gonna come from there. Look how they're playing this. This is actually, I don't know. You'll see that they just stack so hard to like one area, and this is really good because like they did the same thing in hookah, but like usually your team spreads out in ranked games, and it's really quite bad for your team's chance to win the round. But here you can see that's not what's happening. They're just so ready to trade each other. We'll see how this unfolds. He actually does get 2. They don't have guns though. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much what you'd expect with like that many players stacked there. Even though Sick got 2, or Scream, not Sick. Even though Scream got 2, it doesn't really matter because they're just there ready to trade, and they did do damage to Scream, so it's just absolutely crazy eco. This fact that he didn't kill him there is kind of crazy. Nice. So now they're back in a position of, you see, they all have guns except for a judge, and now they're on full sheriffs, and Scream has knives. So they're playing at sheriffs, and they're gonna dog hookah as they have been. You'll notice that both these teams obviously are full saving together. They're about to push. Okay, wow. They're all playing toward B again. I forgot to say that, but it does look like that.
I don't know that he's gonna get it anymore, so just I don't know. Navarra is so screwed in that position.
He's just very trapped, very low. Can't do much here, Navarra. Anyway, looks like they're gonna go toward long. They know that they killed the 2 B players to push out of hookah, so they know there's a low chance for people to be playing here unless it's an eco stack. But I know one's in shower, so they're just gonna go long, take site control, and they know he's gonna have to come to hookah. Although Navarra is still in TP, interestingly. Maybe waiting for his teammate to TP. I'm not sure what he's trying to play for here. Yeah, he's gonna TP with him. He's gonna get the gun. Okay, that's not a bad play, I suppose.
They're gonna try to do some damage with these. Oh, they're gonna fall back. They're gonna fall back with them. But we can make a quick point here, Sean. You said the B site seems like it's being targeted.
So what's happening here is Scream is actually using his knives rather than pushing to do damage to their economy. He's actually just helping Navarra save the one gun he has because he's very, very low on HP. So I think that's what's happening. But Scream's actually not with him, so you see their Sentinels all played super passive. They don't want to lose their guns. They don't want to lose their economy because this is all very important. This is all what matters to win rounds and ultimately win the map and the full matchup against Liquid. That was a pretty backdrop. So now we're against an op, as you see here, and a judge, which is probably gonna be playing hookah again. Yeah, he's playing hookah. So these are things you can look at in your ranked games. Just look at like how much money. If you know how much a gun costs, then you know if an enemy will be able to buy a certain weapon or not. So for example, if they have enough money to buy an op, you might just be careful if, especially if it's like a jet, then if they're gonna op, you might want to be extra careful of that. Okay, so he's holding it. They are stacked toward A, obviously. They're not defaulting. They only defaulted the first round or two. And then after that, they stacked toward B site, and now they're stacking toward A site. So, unfortunately, this might end in a kill here, and more than just one kill. He's probably going to dart if he gets the kill here. He's going to fall back and dart. Probably hold from a different angle. tenz is a absolute psycho with the judge. Now, if this isn't proof that the judge is like still broken, I don't know what is. Like Lynx uses pretty much every round. tenz is dashing in with it. It's just a good gun. Can be frustrating to play against, but yeah, it's just absolutely terrifying to play against too. And now he has a gun from that as well. Oh, he has the op. That's really quite tough. Some's gonna use the wall. There's three of them. Looks like Link actually also does have the judge. Are gonna try to push into hookah. Or U-Haul, I mean. Okay. Oh wow, that is a crazy tap. Is he gonna play with the? So you see how aggressive tenz is here at the wall. The only reason he can actually do that is because he has dash. So. Wow. Okay. Yeah, perfectly played by Sentinels. Not perfectly, but very well played from them. So yeah, you can see, I don't know, it just seems like Sentinels is more comfortable on this map really, and obviously they have tenz playing really well, so I mean like what can they really do? Just dashing in with the judge. Yeah, and you see like I said, he's playing super aggressive. Crazy shot there. He has dash if he needs it, if he misses. But yeah, they are, again, you see that they're playing together, so this is something that is very important. This doesn't happen in ranked all the time. You'll have people just running it down wherever. But they're playing 5 toward the same area. And you can see Dapper is trying to, he throws his wall maybe in certain spots differently. I'm not too sure. I don't know if this is a timeout. Let's skip ahead a little bit here. Just to make sure we get through the game. Okay, yeah, it's a liquid timeout. So again, we're in a very advantageous spot for Sentinels. You see their economy, especially for Shazam. He's literally rich out the wazoo, so is Zoms. This whole team has to full save. You'll notice that 2 of them actually do buy below 1500, which is actually okay to do in some scenarios. But you will be buying light armor the next round if you do that. So yeah, they are all playing toward B, but you will notice that Dapper is throwing a fake wall toward A, and maybe that's just a wall for later. Actually, wait. No, never mind. He threw his wall right here. I don't know why he was standing there. He might have been throwing a different lineup for a snake bite or something. So yeah, this guy always plays a judge in here. Wow. Yeah, that is a nice shot. Another one here, the drone's gonna spot him. Oh my god. Casters just losing their minds with each shot. Imagine he lands a third one. Yeah, there's not much to be said there, really. I mean, tenz just lands a crazy flick and then a no-scope through the smoke because he heard the Sova hit the guy. Yeah, I didn't even scan him. He just heard it hit the dart hit him from the drone. Another shot. And that's just a round wrap up right there. It's pretty much all she wrote. Yeah, I imagine this feels really rough to play against. I mean, like, you can't really do much. So he's just saving the judge because he's going to be low on money next round if he doesn't save it. He might just throw the judge to Link as well because he's been using that every single round. Yeah, it's got to feel good for Sentinels, especially after losing a game in overtime like that on Breeze. So this is something you'll see pro teams do as well, is that, like, some teams, I don't know if Liquid expected to lose this. They probably did expect to lose it, but I don't know if they practiced this map. They might have put their focus into, like, Breeze and Split, which are the 2 maps they won. And then they might have just, you know, basically expected to. Yeah, these shots are crazy. Yeah. So,
picked by them. They're going into Liquid
But yeah.
right now.
So again,
And Liquid
doing the same play, stacking toward B with.
And we have Scream
I'm
against
not
the
sure
wall.
what Dapper's doing. I think maybe throwing like a poison orb.
The B site.
Can't really tell, but he's doing something there. And then the rest of them are just playing toward B. And then now Dapper comes over. Actually, you can see Dapper's utility here. Let's take a look. Yeah, so he's throwing poison orb because he already throws the same wall every single round. This wall applies pressure. It makes it so that Liquid can't know if they're pushing up because he's gonna activate the wall probably the same every round. And if they do want to push A and they can walk up, then there's not much they can do. They can't just assume that they're not coming every round because then if it's a 5-man retake and they all have sight, then that's really tough for them. But he does throw a snake bite, looks like, and as well as an orb. So that's what he's doing. Looks like he throws the orb there. But anyway, they're playing toward B. Ten's doing the exact same thing, and now this time they're a little bit more cautious. It's like Scream's actually going back to A for some reason. Maybe they're expecting an A hit. Because they do all have weapons. Scream's also opping. Ten's playing this very smart, just waiting for the person from Hookah to peek from long, or from, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. Still, Shazam actually kills him. Dapper's gonna go and ult out from Hookah, and then just gonna probably drop into it and push sight, get the spike down. They might actually. No, they're not gonna leave. Spike's already out. Nice shot. This is where like aim makes a little bit of a difference. I mean, they were playing against Sentinels, and of course, you're probably a little bit under pressure, like the tenz effect type thing. This is really good flash. Like tenz has to fall back. He can't do anything. He has a free opportunity to kill one of these people. He knows there's 3 here now, but he's just unable to land the kill on any of them, and that's unfortunate. So, oh wow, the spams you notice from these players as well. Like, through the smoke, through the walls. Scream hit a nice one through the box. Okay, nice. So Scream wins them the second round here. I believe they went 3 on defense, so it's going to be a 3-9 curse, but actually Sentinels will still end up winning. So again, if you look at the lineups here, it's pretty even across the board, except for tenz here. He's just fragging pretty much every round. ACS 399, like it's a little bit different, as you might expect from tenz anyway. This shot right here, this is a very beautiful angle to hold. But yeah, he does miss, and then he dies to the Sova ult, so it doesn't even matter. Scream, it's a nice shot. Okay. So they're gonna do the same thing, playing toward B again. They lost the round to B. They're not scared of B. They're gonna go B again. But they're playing 3B now, and Link's still using the Judge and Hookah. It's a really good jet smoke from tenz as well.
They know the Judge is here. They heard it destroy the Trailblazer.
I feel like this smoke's kind of awkward. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but like, I feel like they can walk like through the smoke here, and they can walk like to this corner without him seeing, and they can walk over here, and then this range from here to where he's standing is just like you wouldn't win it with the Judge if they have good aim, which they all do, as we know on Sentinels. So so he's turning away so he doesn't get flashed by Sky presumably. Now he turns back around immediately. Really nice shot. Now he's gonna dash out, but they already know that there's a Judge in here, so they're just probably not gonna push it. He's gonna flash it and he's gonna peek. Nah, he's not. He knows that the Judge is there. Looks like they're gonna fall back, run up A. This Dapper's already up here. They know that the Viper has to be here.
He's created a lot of space. Nivera with the showers control on the Viper's pit, but Dapper's so deep.
So yeah, this is actually beautiful. This is what the purpose of lurking is. Outside of just getting kills, of course, but lurking is very good for this. If you can apply pressure on one site and then you can walk up like this. In this case, is really good because Viper, you know, it has to be around her ult, if not in her ult. So you can walk. He would just walk straight through sight here, and this spot where Dapper's in is just opening up the whole site for them. And Liquid doesn't even know it. Doesn't even know that Dapper's here, and doesn't know that they actually have confidence holding, planting the spike here. Not the best snake bite from Navera, but that's okay. So it's probably gonna catch someone here. That is a big whiff. And again, they're stacking. These people are stacking. Look at this. 3 of them are stacking in their spawn, like right toward their spawn. This is crazy. Oh wow, that is. I don't know if you guys saw that last shot from Dapper, but it literally hits the KO right in the head. I think it is actually the last shot of the clip. No, it's the third to last shot. Full blind. Scream's gonna sprint out with knives, and then Navera's still in his ults. They're gonna res the KO, so it's a 1v3. Oh, this is really beautiful though. Just how Zoms plays this is beautiful. I'm just gonna rewind that because like that's actually perfect. So he knows they're gonna push the bomb because they have to defuse it obviously to win their round. And one's gonna actually I don't know if I'm not even sure if resing here is the best option. I don't think it is honestly. I think that coming to Spike, taking the 2v1 is best because like he's dead, he doesn't get half. And then Zoms quickly realizes that he's gonna either get pushed from here or hookah. And so because he's gonna get pushed from hookah, he's gonna push up so that this box area, the box thing right here is covering him, so he can't be shot from hookah. And then this is just beautiful. Now they just lost. I think they honestly lost because they tried to res the KO. He unfortunately dies. Yeah, it's very nice.
Incredible. Zoms, he's quiet again, Dan. But just when they need him the most, he had another 1-on-3. The
Yeah,
brothers
I don't know. I think they
like
just win if they play 2v1 there. Just push sight together.
Oh my, Zoms played that so perfect. Right before the half comes in,
Caster's saying he plays it perfectly as well. Yeah, it's really well played.
Look at the buy coming in from Liquid. They know they're in a rough spot. They need to invest something. They need to get more rounds on the board, Dan.
This is interesting now. They're still playing 3B. They're all stacked toward here at the beginning of the round. But now nobody's playing in hookah, so this is going to be interesting to see how Sentinels does this. They have a dog. I feel like the dog didn't even clear the left side. That's interesting, but they know there's no one here, so you're just going to dash out. What is that shot? I don't know. He's literally full stunned and just taps someone straight through the smoke. I don't know. He's literally blind deaf. It still taps someone through the smoke. Shazam. Does see one there. They know that KL usually plays toward B as well, so Zom's gonna be a little reluctant to push up immediately here. Gonna play it nice and slow, patient. They can't actually reset out of this, but now they know where both of them are. But Navera's still playing toward A. He seems like. Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say Navera always plays A alone. It's like anchors there. And Shazam makes that play like it's nothing. Just makes it look so easy. Actually, really impressive though. They're probably like, let's double peek hookah, and then one of them dies, and then the other one gets spammed through the wall. Now this runs. If Sentinels plays it right, that's just over for the Liquid. But Navera probably is gonna want to go for it, just because it's getting late in the half. They're kind of down a pretty significant amount of rounds. Not a super significant amount, but at this rate, they're not looking too great. Yeah, he's kind of playing too slow right now, I feel like. Yeah, he's just screwed. Yeah. That was such a good timing on the dart. Okay, Shazam carried that round very nicely.
It would not surprise me if they rallied all the way to 10 here. They're playing excellent bind against Liquid, who are starting to look like they are struggling. Well, I mean, they've been looking like they're struggling for a while now here on this first half.
Let's see this again.
Like you say, the weakest half
One of them they peek together and then they just don't kill him.
And it's not from a lack of trying different things, right? They've even tried pushing through showers. They've tried stacking sites. They've moved around, had the
Well, I like
double
this setup. I haven't
penetration,
seen that yet.
getting
Pretty
one
nice
off the
setup.
stream. They just can't string together these rounds. They have another buy in them. They have a couple ults to work with. Yompi's is the key one that I'm looking at.
This is a very unique setup that we haven't really seen too much. This is essentially the equivalent of a default, but just because Shazam darted into shower, so like they have presence shower, but you see they're all split up now for the most part. Looks like they are stacking toward short here, but they do have the spike. You can see that this is a default because the spike's here. It's essentially an equivalent distance between all of them, and so if you have the spike here, rather than like say Astra's carrying it, Sky should be carrying it because she's the most passive out of all of us, even though that's probably not true. Probably Viper or Astra or Silva would be the most passive out of them, but that's not the good logic. That's not logic you should use for who carries spike. In this case, in a default where everyone's all split up, you want to have your spike in a good hidden spot and not on someone that's going to potentially die, which is everyone. Well, I like this. I like that play, but tenz is just different, so it's not gonna work. 2 more rounds and a half. Yeah, tenz doesn't use the op like most people use the op. He just kind of uses it. He knows it's a one-shot, one kill, and he definitely knows how to take advantage of that. Sulkaz is actually, whoa, this is actually a little dangerous for them. But I have a feeling Sentinels has a lockdown. He's gonna actually catch tenz here, I think. Nope, he's actually, he's scared. Like they want to save for last round, I guess. tenz might have actually just turned around and killed him.
That's another round. Yompi is trying to piece this setup together. Liquid has yet to figure out that Sentinels just doesn't care about showers in this game. They just don't care. And Yompi has gone.
Yeah, they do not care about showers. Showers is, like I've taught before, showers is, at most you really only want to have one person go there, just because short is literally the key to going site and getting control of site. Pushing with the classic. I wonder why he's pushing with the classic. That's funny. So 1 more round and a half. He's saving the Vandal. Probably gonna buy for his teammate or something. tenz still just increasingly fragging. Consistently staying at the top here. This is a really nice flick onto him. Nothing crazy you would see from tenz though. Nothing you wouldn't expect to see from tenz, I mean. What a good dash though. Like he knows TP is like right there. He knows the perfect way to dash to not like TP accidentally.
Is just getting out of control, and that's a problem, especially if we're going to a third map, which it looks like if this keeps going, that's going to be on the cards.
Split is on the cards, Dan.
Okay, so they are playing toward B. This B play. They've done this play the most actually. Probably like 60 or 70% of the rounds that they've played so far has been like this, where they have Dapper just playing. Ooh. Oh, this is interesting. They all TP. I feel like you would TP and go A here. Because they know 2. Yeah, they know there's 4 there. Yeah, they're all TPing. This is just brutal. Dapper's lurked up. You notice Dapper's always the lurker on Sentinels. He always lurks up A. If they do have a lurker. He doesn't lurk every round, but whenever they do have a lurker, Dapper is the one to do it. Which is something to just be aware of and note, I suppose. Yeah, 2 of them do a TP play. I'm not really sure why, honestly, they did that. Because the obvious play would just be... I think they wanted to just collapse on them and sandwich them if they're like outside hookah. But unfortunately for Liquid, they were not outside of hookah. And so this is just going to be a wrap for Sentinels. Yeah, and it's a 2 to 10 half. And now Sentinels just needs 3 more rounds. I think 2 rounds is as much as Liquid is going to get this game, so yeah, impressive. Impressive so far. See the tenz is just swaps. If he misses a shot with the op, he just swaps to knives, which he's just equally as deadly with. They're pretty happy about the half, as you probably would want to be. After losing a game in overtime, a 10-2 half probably feels super good. So now they are, in fact, defending, which you would expect to even be easier for Sentinels on this map. Go ahead and skip a little bit. Okay, here we are. So let's just take a look at their pistols actually. So both teams actually have classics. Sentinels has 2 classics. Liquid has 3. You see Frenzy, Ghost, popular pick in both of them. There's actually no sheriffs, which is because they also want to buy utility if they're buying a pistol. So yeah.
I believe on Sentinels. Oh, it missed them. They will never expect this setup, Dan. This is
Oh, this is actually brutal. He's gonna pretend like he's falling back. Wow, yeah, they're just triple stacked long. He's full blind, but he still tries to turn and shoot. I like that. Most people when they're blind, they just go freeze up and don't do anything. That's something you can take away from that for sure. They actually get the spike down, which at the very least is definitely good. 2v2. So they are stacking site as well, which is, I mean, definitely good. In this scenario, you always want to play together for the most part. Not always, but you can see Sentinels is not playing together. But they are playing together, and they do get the pick off here. Yeah, I've actually seen a clip of what happens here. I'm gonna go back here, so you see what happens is he knows he can catch someone in the smoke here, and he does get a good lucky timing there. And unfortunately, he's not able to hit the headshot here. He does get one shot, one chance to kill, but he misses. And as soon as he realizes that he misses, he instantly shifts his attention to the spike because he already knows a good player will not challenge this again. Because if you challenge it, you have a chance to die, and if you die, you lose the round. So he's gonna throw a smoke, tap, pretend that maybe he's sticking it, and then Scream does buy the bait. And yeah, I actually am surprised the tenz doesn't die there from the frenzy. It's frenzy, unfortunate, but tenz plays it very well. 2-11, 2 more rounds. Sentinels will win.
Wow, what a clutch from tenz. The mind games on Nevera using that swoop peek on the smoke there in spawn.
So
More time in the site, gets burned trying it the second time on.
let's skip ahead slightly. Let's see what guns are being bought here. You see 4 Spectres and a Guardian from tenz. So if you're the hard carry and you know you're playing well, Guardian is definitely not a bad option. He has the money to even buy full armor with it, so I mean, why not if you like the Guardian especially. Trading darts there is really interesting. They're putting 3 shower, and I'm honestly not sure. I'm not sure what their plan is honestly. If they want to push out from there. No, it looks like I don't know why they had 3 there. It looks like one's running it back. Spike is actually running back through their spawn.
Kind of indicates that maybe this will be a late A play, but you can see as Liquid moves around the map right now, they've had no B pressure this entire round. They have to go back and clear this.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have to go A, just because they all started toward A, so that means anyone on defense could have pushed a B already. And so they do have 2 shower, which is fine I suppose, but I feel like you might want a little more pressure short. They're putting 3 shower. They're gonna put 4 shower. Yeah, it's very interesting, honestly. I suppose it's certainly a play you could make, just something you don't see very often. It's, usually something you might see with like a Sage wall, but I feel like that's also just quite rare because you can throw a better Sage wall on short. Yeah, tough for tenz. Probably didn't expect to see 4 there, or 3 I guess. I guess that's fine to do if you want to just get spiked down on eco. Still. Oh wow, I only had 6 bullets and he hits that shot. That's kind of unfortunate. Pretty good angle for Sig to find there. Very nice though. Yeah, Shazam drops his Spectre and picks up one with 6 bullets and makes that shot. Again, like it's nothing.
got the opening they were looking for on tenz in heaven. Everything seemed to be going their way. The suppression hits U-Haul. But Sentinels, they just have all of the answers on bind here, Dan.
Yes, and tenz is 20 for 6.
Pretty good.
It's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. And that's what you wanted to see after that breeze, where he was certainly, as you mentioned, struggling to have impact. Liquid were able to play super passive setups, so he never got to fight.
Yeah.
But on bind, he's getting a lot of fights, and of course, he's finding a lot of success.
You see here, they're gonna double Sentinels gonna double stack Hookah.
Could be all over here for Team Liquid.
They're gonna play. Liquid's gonna play 3 towards shower again.
That's the suppression blade we were talking about.
Not a bad shot. Excuse me. He just hit a very nice shot and unfortunately going to be traded. But he could have hit the double there. It would have been very, very good for Liquid. For shower, I don't know. I kind of just disagree with the play, honestly. But I guess I just want to try something. They're kind of desperate for a win. Maybe they think Sentinels won't do the same play again. And I think they might be right, honestly. Because Sentinels is not necessarily prepared for that, but they are all here now. And it's going to be a 4v3 in the Viper ult. tenz is just where you least expect it, I feel like, almost so much of the time. So that's going to be the game. See, what can we take away from this? Basically, tenz dominated because of a few different reasons. Especially on attack, I think what we could think of is how they're defaulting. That means like where they're playing, where they're spreading out to, where they keep the spike when they're defaulting. Also, swapping it up, like not doing the same play every round, not ending at the same site every single round, but having, you saw Dapper lurked up, I think probably 2 or 3 rounds, at least 2 rounds, and he opens up the site for them very, very nicely. And yeah, so that's definitely something to think about. If you want to have a lurker, you obviously don't want to have too many lurkers, because if lurkers are prone to die more so than people who aren't lurking, so this is the next thing. So like I said, that's the only map that Sentinels won. But we can just think about why bind is such a strong map for them. So for that reason, and then also what else? We could just see how they play together, like how they're stacked on attack and defense. They always play together, as you should in a team game like this. I think also Liquid did play together, but Sentinels just did a really, really good job of playing it. Like post plant, they always stack together. They're probably calming and saying like we should stack together after we plant the spike. They're probably not even saying that. They probably just know that that's what they're gonna do. But like maybe saying where they're gonna stack, stuff like that. So definitely, those are the 2 main takeaways, I think. If you guys enjoyed this or want me to do another specific matchup with 2 specific teams, let me know. Like I said, join the Discord in the description below. Also, if you want coaching, join the Discord in the description below for free coaching. And thank you guys.